Okay, welcome everyone to the Zerino Zone. And this is attempt 14 of recording my voice for scientific purposes. And we are back with Hexcells, but this time it's Hexcells Plus. This time we're going to be testing my evening voice part 3 to see what is going on. Well, there's nothing specifically to be going on, but it's to see what's the major difference between my morning and my evening voice. This time, Hexcells Edition. Hexcells Plus Edition. So, let's jump right in. We have a new save file here with 6 new words. Let's see if we have any new rules. Okay, correctly mark orange cells, blue or black to solve the puzzles. The number in the cell tells you how many adjacent cells are blue, so nothing new so far. We start with the zeros. If the zeros spawn more zeros, keep going with those. And apparently they haven't. Well, not anymore. So let's take a look at this tree right here, which has 3 cells to be colored and 3 need to be blue. So let's do that. Completes the one down here. This 4 completes here. This one is completed. A nice 0. And now to complete all these 3 cells right here, we color this as blue. Now looking over here, we have a 2 that requires 2 cells, so we color those. A 1 that requires 1 cell, so we color that. And we have 0 remaining. First level, easy peasy. Nothing much to talk about here, so let's start with the zeros. Oh, there is a very particular hint here. All puzzles can be solved without guessing. This is true for every Hexcells puzzles ever. Doesn't matter if you're playing Hexcells, doesn't matter if you're playing Hexcells Plus, doesn't matter if you're playing Hexcells Infinite. All of them can be solved without guessing. So let's keep going. Both these two requires both of these to be blue. The ones are completed. Now this two requires this to be blue, and this two requires this to be blue. Completing this one and forcing this to be blue for the other one. Now this one is complete, so I mark this as blank. This one, well, this two requires both of these to be blue, completing also the one and the other one. This one requires this to be blue. Now we've got no more apparent hints, but here's a cool thing. For this two right here, we have the adjacent, well, not adjacent, but close by ones. Which means that if I colored this as blue, well, let's think in the middle first. As black. So, because we have 3 cells right here and 2 of them are going to be blue because of this 2 right here, one of them is going to be black. So, what if this middle cell is black? Well, these 2 are going to be blue and they are going to complete the ones, so the rest of the ones will be fine to be black. That's all fine and dandy for now, but what happens if this cell is black? Well, this 2 requires 2 of these to be blue, so these 2 would have to be blue if this was black. But then that would make the one not very happy with overloading it. So this cell cannot be black. The same is true for the opposite occasion. If this cell is black, this cell is gonna have to be blue because of the 2, but then it's gonna overload the 1 again. So this cell has to be blue. Completing thereby the correct word, thereby completing the both ones. Now this one requires this to be blue, completing this other one. This one is completed. This 2 requires both of these to be blue, completing this one. This one's completed, and this 2 and the 1 require this to be blue. Perfect. Let us see, we have Oh, let's start with a nice one first. 3 for 3. So 3 blues here. 1 is completed. 2 is completed. 1 has to be completed here. The 2 is completed. The 1 is completed. We reached a dead end for now. So let's go over to this right here. So this tree requires 3 of these to be blue. And 1 of them is gonna be black. So what happens if this is black? If this is black, all 3 of these are gonna be blue, overloading the 1, which is illegal. So this one is not black. If we put this one as black, these are gonna both be blue, overloading the 1 again. So this one cannot be black. Now 1 is for sure here because of this tree, which means that this one is going to be satisfied either by this or this. So the rest of it has to be black. Now this one requires this to be blue, completing this other one. We have a 0. Then this 2 requires this to be blue. This one right here requires this to be blue, completing the 3 and the 1. Now the same thing is true here. One of these 2 is going to be blue because of this one right here. So this cannot be blue, otherwise it would overload the 1 or make the other one unfulfilled. So this has to be black. Still dead end because we cannot identify where the blue goes, here or here. We're gonna do the same thing we did on the bottom for this setup right here. This cannot be black, this cannot be black. One of these is blue, so this is black. Spawns 0, more zeros. 1 is completed. 2, 3, 3, 2, and 1 complete here. And now this one completes here, completing this other one and forcing the last cell to be blue. It's the same as before, a cell inside brackets tells you that the blue cells are consecutive. So, yeah, my throats are not feeling very good today. It's like there's something inside it that doesn't want to come out. A burp maybe? But I don't burp usually, so... Okay, so let's start with this. Nice snake going on here. If we... Okay, so 2 of these are going to be blue. One is going to be black, and it cannot be the middle one. Actually, this is a nice arrangement, so the middle one is always blue. Which means for this tree that it has to be consecutive, so we connect the cells like this, and the 2 is completed. I think the same can be said for this arrangement right here, but this time 3 is a nice arrangement, so the middle cells are always blue. Means for this too that this cell right here cannot be blue, otherwise it would be non-consecutive too. Which spawns 0, spawns more zeros, which we'll get to that later. We'll complete this 2 right here with this, completing this 3. The 1's completed, the 1's completed, the 1's completed, the 0 is completed. We can go right or left. I'm gonna go left first. You have 3 for 3 here, so all these are blue. And now for both these 2s right here, it's mirrored. None of these top cells can be blue because it would be non-consecutive 2s then. So this is 0, so mark that as black. Complete the 2 right here. This 1 completes here, completing the other 2 right here. Now in this 3 is 3 for 3, so we complete it. Now we can complete both the 3 and the 2 by consecutiveness, which is this, and those cells are remaining black. Excellent. Number inside dashes tells you that the blue cells are not consecutive. So the same as before, if we have nice arrangements, we'll be able to complete them. For example, this 4 right here. It's a nice arrangement because it has 1 more cell than it needs to have, so the corners are always blue. Now for this tree right here, same thing. It has 4 cells and needs 3 non-consecutive, so the corners are always blue. This 2 needs to be non-consecutive, so neither of these can be blue. This 3 completes here, completing this 2. This 2 completes here, completing this one. This 2 is completed. This one's completed, and the 4 completes here. This 2 is now in a nice arrangement, so the corners are true blue, and the middle is not. This 2 is completed, this 2 is completed. Nice arrangement for this 2 yet again. Corner is blue, middle is not. Now, for both of these 2s right here, it's mirrored situation, so whatever happens on one side happens to the other. They cannot be consecutive, so these cells cannot be blue. Therefore, this one has to be blue. Now for this one right here, this 2 completes here. This 2 non-consecutive, so blink that, black that. And now this 3 completes here, completing the 2. The 1 is completed, the 2 completes here. Excellent. Non-consecutive 2 in a nice arrangement. Consecutive 2 that is already has 1 discovered, so we mark that. This 3 is already completed. This 2 needs to be non-consecutive, so it cannot be both of these at the same time. So this one is always true. But this 3 also completes with this one and this one. So it completes the 2 as well. There's a tree here with a nice arrangement. 4 cells to be discovered. Corners are blue, completing this one. 2 needs to be non-consecutive, so we mark this as black. This 4 completes here. This 2 is completed, this 1 completes here. This 3 needs to be non-consecutive, so here's a nice thing that I haven't mentioned so far, but I think I haven't. But when it says non-consecutive, it is the opposite of consecutive. So anything that is the opposite of consecutive counts. So even though these 2 cells here are consecutive, it means that we can still make the 3rd one not consecutive, so we mark this as black to make that happen. This 3 completes here. Now we have the 2 with a nice arrangement here. Corner is blue, middle is not. This 3 right here will complete here because of this other tree that says one of them has to be here. One blue has to be here. This, not blue. This 3 completes here, this 4 completes here, completing this 3, which completes here, completing this 2, and this 4 and 1 completing here. This 4 in turn, however, also completed this 3 right here, which forces this to be blue to complete both of the streaks, and now we have 1 remaining as the last hint, and 1 cell to be colored. So this has to be blue. And yeah, I think I'll stop here for today. We'll tackle the words one by one. Oops, I entered 2-1 by accident. Here's a little spoiler for you. Well, we'll see that better the day after tomorrow. Tuesday rather. So tomorrow I'm gonna record Played Up, and then the other day I'm gonna record Hexcells. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I think I'll be back soon. Bye bye.